Hello everyone and welcome. Are you interested in using the math videos that you created or the math videos that are already out there in your course? Well, if that's the case, stick around. I have some useful suggestions for you. Okay, first of all, if you would like to know how to create a math video by yourself, click on the link that appears here and it will teach you one method of creating cool, nice math videos. Anyway, videos are one of the most powerful ways of communication in today's world. Many instructors, including myself, use videos in the courses that we teach right now. Now, one of the challenging things with the videos is that motivating your students to watch the videos and using these videos in a meaningful way rather than giving it as an additional resource for the students. Now, in this video, I'm going to share 6 things that I usually do, 6 ways that I usually use videos in the course that I teach. Hopefully, using these 6 ways, if you can use these 6 ways and improve the student success and student instructor engagement in the course that you teach. This is my favorite way of using videos. I use videos with the quizzes that I give. I usually like to give in-class quizzes, especially if I'm teaching a very difficult topic, because I want them to solve math problems in front of me with an environment where there is little bit pressure. I want to challenge them and I want to give them feedback by looking at their work rather than looking at their answers in their online homework system. So but how can I incorporate videos into the in-class quizzes that I give? Well, here's what I do. So say that I'm giving an in-class quiz on next Thursday. Well ahead of time, I inform them that I'm going to give them an in-class quiz and I send a couple of video links to them through an email, or I give that in the class. Now, what's the purpose here? Now I'm going to tell them, if you watch these 2 videos, you can do well on the quiz. And when I write the quiz, I use the videos to make my questions in the in-class quiz. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to use the same questions in the video to create the in-class quiz. No, so I create somewhat similar questions in the quiz. The idea here is that when they watch the videos, they will learn something. You are preparing them for the quiz. So they are learning in 2 ways. First, by watching a video, then by taking the quiz and practicing what they have learned. I believe that's a meaningful way to give a quiz rather than just giving them an in-class quiz. As I said, first they watch the video and hopefully learn something, then they do the quiz. If they do a mistake, you have a starting point to have a conversation, and if they make a mistake, you can give them feedback, and hopefully they come to the quiz with something rather than with blank knowledge or rather than with blank mind. So this is my first way of using videos. Usually I create my own videos, but that doesn't mean if you're not making videos you cannot use this method. No, there are tons of videos you can find for the topic that you teach. So for example, if you want to give an in-class quiz about Taylor series, you can find tons of videos about Taylor series in YouTube. So watch a couple of these videos and refer these videos to shape up your quiz, to write your quiz. And then you can use the videos and the quiz in the same way that I have explained in this video. So that's my first way of using videos. In fact, my favorite way of using videos. I personally believe that's a meaningful use of the videos that I create or the videos that are already out there. Another great way that you can use math videos is to prepare your students to the next lecture that you teach. Now there are several ways you can do this. If you can create a pre-lecture assignment using the videos, that's great. But if that's not the case, you can send couple of video links to your students and ask them to watch the videos and come to the class. Now this is very handy if you have to teach a very long lesson, and if there's something that students can figure out by themselves at home just by watching a video. So for example, if you are teaching like the lesson improper integrals, first thing that you would discuss is how to identify a type 1 improper integral. Now that's something that students can figure it out by themselves by just watching a video. So you can send a small 5-minute 10-minute video about this, and on the lecture you can start your discussion, start your lecture from the point where your video stops. So that's one way you can use the videos that you create or the videos that are already out there in your class. You can use math videos to increase student engagement and student instructor engagement in the class. Yes, you can use videos in a group activity. I can give you a couple of suggestions. One way is that if you're planning to do a group activity like tomorrow, you can send a couple of videos about the group activity, about the topic that you would do in the group activity, and you can ask them to watch and come, because there might be students who would hesitate to work in a group just because they are not comfortable with the topic, or just not confident enough to talk about the topic, and then they will be shy participating in the group activity. But if you can ask them to prepare ahead for the group activity by watching a video, that's great way to boost up their confidence and boost up their comfortable level comfortable level to participate in the group activity. The other thing that you can do is that another thing that I have tried, but this is not something that was super successful, but I will just throw it out there. So this group activity involve videos. First of all, I asked them to come to the class with a headset and a laptop or a phone, like some sort of a device, that they can watch a video. Now okay, let's back up. So first of all, I form groups like today, and then I said I says to them, like, at least one member of the group should come with a headset and a video watching device to the tomorrow class, so that we are going to do a group video activity. Then what I do is I create a big handout with several questions, okay, some complicated questions, and then I have a video key goes along with that. Sometimes I create several different types of handouts with different questions. Now if you don't want to create your own videos, you can find the videos, the problem solve videos in YouTube, and you can create your handout in that way. Now then what I do is I give the handout to the students tomorrow when we meet again, and in groups they work on the handout. Now if they struggle with the handout, right there they can watch a video. One person can watch a video and learn how to do the problem, and then can explain to the other students. Now I do this for half a time of the lecture. Then for the rest of the half, I take one person from each group and I ask them to go to the board and solve one problem in the handout. Like at the end of the day, I would like to have solved 5-6 different types of problems from different handouts using the group activity that they did. Now the videos will help them to understand how to solve the problem by themselves, rather than me walking around and I might miss some groups. I might be not capable of fully explaining certain things to the students right then there. So for that I can use videos. And the other thing is that there's only one person who get to watch the video, and he needs to explain it to the other students, and then it might be the case that within the group for 2-3 problems, 2-3 students have to watch 2-3 videos and explain it to their peers. So in that way, the idea is that sometimes when you teach something, it sticks to you better. Okay, teaching is one way to learn the subject. When we teach math, we learn so much, so that can be applied to students as well. So that's another way that I use videos to improve student engagement in the courses that I teach. Now this might be something that you have heard before. If you fall behind on a certain lecture, then you can send a couple of video links and cover up the parts that you failed to teach on a certain day. So if you fall behind, you can use videos to complete the lesson. Or in other way, if you feel like there are like difficult homework questions, 1 or 2 difficult homework questions and important homework questions, yes, definitely you can make a video, couple of videos, and you can send those links to your students as well. Now if you are teaching a course and if you don't like to make videos, if you are not comfortable with making videos, try to find a video library through YouTube or somewhere else, because you can find the videos that other people have made, and then you can create a library out of it. You can create a document of list of links, video links for each lesson and each subtopic, and you can use them in very handy ways. Like if there's homework questions, you can quickly send the video link. You can quickly send a video link about the topic that they have been tested in the homework, and they can use it as an extra resource to study for the homework. So not a very popular way, but another way that you can use math videos, so you can use videos in your course. Now, especially when the exam is near and student pouring into your office, there's one particular question that can frustrate you, which is something like students come along and say like, can you teach me a certain lesson from the scratch? That's frustrating, right? Now this is where you can use videos. This is where you can use the video library that you have created or collected. Now when my students visit me during the office hours, especially during the exam time, they know they have to come and visit me with a headset and at least with a device where they can watch a video. Now when they ask a question, the first thing that I think is that whether I know a video addressing that certain question. So if I have a video, I quickly refer them to that video. This can save time if you have many students in your office hours and if you want to manage time. Now on the other hand, one thing that I do is that sometimes I create special handouts during the exam time. They can come and visit during my office hours and do the handout right there and can get feedback from me. But along with that, I also make a video key for that handout. Now in that way, if they struggle with a problem right there, what I do is first I refer them to the video. Then I let them figure it out by themselves. But let's say that they couldn't understand what's going on from the video. But at least you will have a starting point to start a conversation. It's okay if they only understood 25% from the video. At least you have a starting point. You can narrow down their confusion. Now, creating such a handout, you don't need to make videos by yourself. You can create the handout with the questions that are in the videos that you have collected. So you don't necessarily need to make the videos. You can first look for the videos and then you can create the handout and you can help your students in that way. Okay, here's my last suggestion for you. Now, this might take a lot of work. this is connected with the idea that I said before in this video, like having a video library, like a library of video links. This is where it's useful. Now usually when the exam is near, I have created this document where it's basically a collection of topics and subtopics that I have taught until the exam, and for each subtopic I have a video link in front of the subtopic. Now using this document, it's usually a PDF document. Okay, you can already see it in the screen. I send this out to my students, and when they are studying, like if they are struggling with like under integration by parts, I have several video links about integration by parts, and they can click on these video links on the PDF document and right away watch the videos and review integration by parts. Sometimes I have very specific video links, like for example under integration by parts, the video link might not be just generally about integration by parts. I have like under integration by parts, I have even subtopics like using integration by parts twice, so a video link for the problems where you have to use integration by parts twice. Sometimes you have to use integration by parts several times, 3-4 times, repeating integration by parts. So very specific. I have video links for very specific subtopics like that as well. Now you can easily, if you spend couple of days, you can find a big video library covering each these big and subtopics, and you can easily paste them into a Microsoft Word document or a LaTeX document and convert it into a PDF with links. And this can be a very handy tool. You can use them in your office hours. Your students can use it as an extra resource while they are studying, and you can talk about that in the class, and you can give advice about how to study for an exam or how to study math, and how they can use this PDF along with the practice exams or along with the handouts that you have provided to study for the exam. So things like that. That's a great way you can use videos. That's a great way to use these tons of resources that you have freely available on internet nowadays. So those are my suggestions. Hopefully at least you got some suggestions, new suggestions, and if you would like to try, give it a try. Making a math video is not a hard thing. Just look around your department or in your university. There are tons of resources, tons of places where you can get help to create any video, not just a math video, any video. So yeah, creating videos is one of the fun things that I do as a hobby as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully you will watch my future videos as well. Thank you very much. Bye bye.